text was published today, the 7th of October, 2021. I'll take the headlines again. We will vote out any government that opposes anti-LGBTQ plus bill. I read. The Church of Pentecost has sent its strongest caution yet to government regarding the legislation against the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer and their related activities, LGBTQ plus in Ghana. National Chairman of the Church, Apostle Eric Nyamiche, says his outfit will vote out any political party that stands against the passage of the promotion of a proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values bill. We are going to cause people to come onto the street, and we are going to warn any government that if you vote against this bill, we will vote you out. That is it. There's no room for neutrality, he told journalists. Apostle Nyamiche was part of about 30 top clergymen who presented a memorandum to the House's Committee of Constitution of Legal Affairs on Wednesday in support of the bill. As Parliament nears resumption of October 26, issues around the controversial bill have regained steam. My brother, my sister, this is Apostle Eric Nyamiche. That's his name. Apostle Eric Nyamiche is the national chairman of the Pentecost Church. So he holds a very powerful position. And what is he saying? He says the bill before Parliament that is against the LGBTQ plus is very important to the church. If the government goes ahead to vote against the anti-LGBTQ plus bill in Parliament, then it will vote the government out. My brother, my sister, to those of you who do not know what homosexuality is, man and man having sex, woman and woman having sex, a man who has decided to change his gender. So from a man, he has become a woman. A woman who has decided to change her gender. And she has decided to be a man now. And other related things. My brother, my sister, it's become an issue in this country from way back. In fact, in Africa, the only country that has legalized it right now is South Africa. And we all know the history of South Africa. It is a place that has both whites and blacks living together. They have had their own problems from them times till now. So this bill is in Parliament. And the man who is spearheading it is Sam Jatta, MP for Pram Pram. My brother, my sister, the Pentecost Church has come out to say unequivocally that if you vote against this bill, we will vote you out. I want to look at this, my brother, my sister. Everybody knows my stance on homosexuality and on lesbianism. I just want to put this thing before the church. Now the church is talking about this. And I want us to all come together and look at this. My brother, my sister, it looks like in Ghana, we are more interested in homosexuality and lesbianism more than any other thing. Time and again, we have made it clear that homosexuality and lesbianism we don't like. Every country and its rules. If America decides that, okay, by virtue of what we consider as virtues of this country, or better still, human rights, any man can go ahead and do whatever he likes sexually. It's on to America. There are laws that are accepted here, and there are some that are not accepted. Over there, it is the same thing. In fact, in this country, and in Africa for that matter, polygamy happens to be the best we can put before this issue. A lot of Africans are polygamists. You cannot go to America and say that you are a polygamist. The whole America would come out to look at you, chastise you, and call you names that you wouldn't want to hear on radio. I think we have to all respect our own sovereignties and be given the time, no matter how slow, to accept or reject some of these things. When the West continues to put pressure on Africa to accept its own values, it becomes so annoying. That notwithstanding, let me get into the subject matter of today. You see, I sympathize with the Pentecost Church. I sympathize with the chief imam and Muslims. I sympathize so much, my brother, my sister, with the clergymen and clergy women and clergy children. Listen, why am I saying this? You have all come together in unity to fight homosexuality, lesbianism, plus. Yet, you have forgotten that a lot of the things that you eat and drink in this country is coming from these people. A lot of the aid that you receive at the chief imam's office, a lot of the aid that you receive at the Pentecost office, a lot of the aid that comes to the country as a whole is coming from countries that have accepted homosexuality. My brother, my sister, hear me now. If you don't want to have anything to do with a homosexual, do not walk in the shadow of homosexuality. If you think that homosexuality is so demonic, then anything associated with homosexuals must be demonic to you as well. You can't be coming out and decrying homosexuality and be receiving gifts from homosexuals. Are you crazy? My brother, my sister, you walk out on the street and you see a lot of these begging children on the streets. And I've said this time and again, a lot of these little girls and boys on the street who are begging for alms are coming from Muslim parents. Let's face the facts. A lot of them are coming from the Muslim community, true or false. A lot of them are dressed like Muslims on the streets. Now the big question is this. The people you are asking for alms from, do you care what they believe in? Do you care what they believe in or not? When your president starts running around the globe, cheaply disgracing himself and this country, and asking people for aid, freebies, do you mind if this aid is coming from people who do not believe in what you believe in? Yet people strap themselves with bombs to bomb people simply because they don't believe in what they believe in. We see people who arraign people who don't believe in what they believe in and slaughter them like animals night and day. Yet, you hate them so much, but you follow them and collect freebies from them. What a hypocritical country. What a hypocritical people. You will be shocked, my brother, my sister, that this so-called Pentecost church that is coming out to fight against homosexuals and lesbians, they know within the church that some of their pastors are even homosexual. But instead of removing that little speck from your eye, you are unable to do it. They go around trying to remove a whole log from somebody's eyes. I'm speaking the parables of Christ. My brother, whenever this issue comes out, I look at it and I feel so sad. Sankara told us one thing. We hated him, so we killed him. Today we are crying that we've killed a savior. He told us that he who feeds you controls you. As long as our food is in the pot of the European, we must accept European values. Somebody note this down. I am saying that as long as our food is in the European pot, we would have to accept European values in order to qualify to dip our ladders into the pot of the European. My brother, you have a disgraceful president who will fly in a private jet, watch a Van Damme movie, shower in the sky so shamelessly, and go to beg homosexuals and lesbians for freebies. And these homosexuals, they are so wise that they keep something aside for the rainy days. But we blow out everything. Then we start running around and we are begging for alms. It hurts me. Until we decide to be truly independent. I'm not talking about political independence. I'm not talking about cosmetic independence. I'm talking about real independence. When we are independent, when we are going to bed, we know that we're going to sleep on our own beds. When we are going to bed, we know that the roof over our heads are our own roofs. When we are waking up, we know that breakfast is ready. When we are eating in the afternoon, we know that we're going to our own pot. When we are eating in the evening, then we know that our dinner is coming from our own pot. Until then, my brother, my sister, this issue about homosexuality is nothing. It's nothing. Teachers are raping little children. Salaga, Nantoma has sodomized 9 children. In how many years? 3 years. A teacher, mathematics teacher, sent to Salaga school to go and teach. He has busied himself sodomizing little children, 9 of them. And this is a Pentecost elder. And he is one of the prayer warriors in the church. When it comes to tongue speaking, even Jesus Christ will not match him. Ba, 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 ba. They are clapping and telling you to stop. He alone will be ba, 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 in all over the place. What has the Pentecost church said about it? The point I'm trying to make is very simple. My brother, watch the speck in your eye. Concentrate on taking it out. Don't leave that speck in your eye and you go around removing logs from people's eyes. You don't like homosexuality. I have no problem with that. Don't run after homosexuals and be begging them for what homosexuality has given them. That's the point I'm making. When Mahama was in power, he had a homosexual friend. We saw pictures of him lying on the same bed with this homosexual guy. I'm waiting to hear what Mahama would also say about this. Nana Addo wants to build a house for God. So he is the friend of God. What does he have to say about this? And I hear people mounting pressure on the president to talk about homosexuality. He can't talk because he has sold his birthright to homosexuals. Hypocrites all over the place. That is why me, Blakk Rasta, I cannot pretend. If I don't like you, I let you know I don't like you. No matter how many people support you, if I don't like you, I will let you know that I don't like you. I don't know how to pretend to come to you and you know, cosmetically try to be your friend. And after that, there's a plastic smile. No, sir. Until we learn to call a spade a spade. No matter how much pressure is mounting, we shall continually sell our birthright to these people. Look at the problems we have in this country. The church is okay with corruption. People are stealing left, right, and center. Some of your elders are sodomizing little girls. Some of your church elders are sodomizing little boys in school. 9-year-olds, 12-year-olds. You have armed robbers in your church who are your elders because they bring you money. At the same time, my brother, my sister, when you have armed robbers bringing you money and paying tithe in the church, you have no problem. But you have a problem with what somebody does in his bedroom. That is a problem to you. In this country, the only thing that works is when you call people to come out and fight homosexuality. The deaf, the blind, the crippled would all come out. I wish I could go out to Nima and say, hey, Nima, all of you come out and let's fight this homosexual. The whole of Nima will come out and I'll direct them to their dirty gutters. Say, those are the homosexuals. Clean up the gutters. I wish I had that power. I wish I had the power to say, hey, Ashaiman, there are homosexuals here, come out and let's fight them. The whole of Ashaiman, even 150-year-old men and women would all gather strength immediately and come out. And you know what I tell them? Your gutters, those are the homosexuals. Clean! You have dirty gutters. Mosquitoes are being breeded in those, and they are giving you malaria. You have the opportunity to have a huge hospital to be built for you. You opt for a mosque. Why? You have an opportunity to have a huge hospital to be built for you. Your people are dying in Nima. Malaria is killing them. Cholera is killing them. You are surrounded by death. Death has become your middle name. Everywhere you pass around Nima is dirty. Even the mosque in Nima, the mosque before this new one, go around it, it's all dead. It looks like when you say Zongo, then it means death. What is the problem? You don't clean the death. You don't do communal labor. My brother, my sister, you fall sick every now and then. And when there is an opportunity to deal with your sickness, you will opt for a modern state-of-the-art mosque. So they build a huge mosque. It looks like it's Medina. Medina has now come to Ghana. It's standing there and you are worshiping the mosque. Yet, malaria is killing you. Cholera is killing you. Small sicknesses are taking you out. Your women are giving birth in the rooms, small rooms, tiny rooms. Before they rush them to the hospital, they are dying. You don't have a single hospital in Nima. Not a single proper secondary school in Nima. Yet you have a state-of-the-art mosque. The whole world is one of the best mosques you'll find, and it's sitting right there. But when it comes to fighting homosexuals, hey, even the dead people who have been buried, in Nima, in Ashaiman, amongst the Christian churches, and everybody will resurrect because they want to go and kill homosexuals. Are you not overemphasizing some of these things? Left to me, I will fight corruption more than homosexuality. If you put homosexuality here and put corruption here and give me one bomb and say you can only bomb one at a time, I will bomb corruption. I'll fight homosexuality another day. But our priority is homosexuality. Let it come out that there's one homosexual walking around Sukura. My God. People will stop going to the mosque. People will stop going to the church to come out and beat the homosexual or just look at that homosexual. Please, let us speak truth to power. We are giving too much energy to useless things. Very important things we leave out. A community, you had the power to choose between a mosque and a hospital, or even a mosque and a huge secondary school. No, you opted for a mosque. Yet you have more than 1 million mosques in Nima. More than 1 million. Every house has a mosque. Even if it's 4 stones they have put there, it's a mosque. And you opt for a huge mosque and it's standing there, not a single hospital. And then when somebody is sick, they are all running. Oi, wallahi, patre lafi ho, oh Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah. Everybody's ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah over there. They are running away. Wallahi, wakwalebu. Taxi driver nga, bezoba, taxi driver. Wait, wallahi, Allah. Wait, la ilaha illallah. Before I realize, boom. Dead. Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, all over the place, everybody's crying. Who killed this person? Your mosque killed the person. If Prophet Muhammad was alive today, I'm sure he will whip all these guys and tell them common sense. Worshipping is very important, but you need some basic necessities to make you strong so you can worship properly. Am I not speaking the truth? Is this a lie? But everybody's running after the church. They build a huge church, and the road leading to the church is full of potholes. It's like you are going to hell. A huge church is standing there glittering gold. Yet the road to the church is like you are driving to hell. Every day the pastor drives on that road and he breaks his axle. But as long as he believes that he's going to worship Jesus Christ, he's okay. Common sense. The money you spend on fixing your cars, you could have spent that money to fix the road. But they don't do that. When you go out and talk up against this, you are the one they are looking for. They want to kill you because you have touched their gods. What have homosexual people done to you? This is what they are doing. This is what they want to do. If you don't like it, don't deal with them. Let the countries that want to do that keep them and worship them. Don't go begging them for anything. That's the point I'm making. If you cannot coexist with homosexuals, leave them alone. Kick them out. Let them go. Today you say you don't want them. Tomorrow you are in their kitchen looking for soup to drink. Think about it, brethren. We need to speak truth to power. The new crop of Africans, you need to be able to use common sense. This morning I read something out of Numbers chapter 10 verse 29. This morning when I woke up and I was doing my morning meditation, the Spirit of God led me to read this thing, Numbers chapter 10 verse 29. And when I was reading it, what did Moses, that scripture say? He said, Moses went to his own father-in-law, a Midianite, and told him, the Lord has directed us to promised land. Please, we know that you are not an Israelite, but come with us even as a Midianite. Let's go, because we know that you know the road well. You know where we can rest and where we can enjoy ourselves. But at the time Moses was speaking, my brother, my sister, the Bible had already made it clear that God was guiding them with a cloud. They did not need that guy. But Moses said, come, because you know the road. You know what that means? If you cannot coexist and use common sense, it's a trouble for the generation. Not everything is spiritual. Not everything is spiritual. You have malaria and you are sitting in your room, ba 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 Jesus, ba 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 ho 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 ba 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 ba. You will ba 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 yourself to your grave. You will die like a puss picnic. You go and drink dirty water and get worms coming out of your body, guinea worm. And then you are running around, ba 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 ba. Common sense, my brother. The only person who can deal with that is the doctor. Yes, God is important, spirituality is important, but coexistence is also important. Moses could have decided to go. Let's go. After all, there's a cloud that is directing us. But the Bible says after some time, the cloud even goes away and comes back. It goes away and comes back. So when the cloud is away, how are you directed? God is smart. He wants you to use your sense. When I read it today, I shivered. I said, what is this? That's how we have to live. We have to live properly. You cannot live your life all spiritual. It's not possible, because you're not a spirit. You have spirit and have physical. I leave this issue here, brethren. So this LGBT thing, if you want to pass the bill, make sure that your leaders stop the unnecessary begging. If you want to pass the bill, stop the unnecessary begging. Stop the unnecessary stealing and corruption. Data bank benefits anytime, we are told. They have a loan coming in. So all the banks that are benefiting from that, they are happy to borrow more to saddle the youth. And if you watch Nigerian films, you watch Ghanaian movies, Kumawood and all that, when they don't have an answer to the plot, the story, they don't know how to end it, they make a spirit come in and destroy everybody. After all, a spirit can do anything. You are telling a story, but you cannot complete it with sense. You let the spirit come and do it. So when we are saddled with death because of our sleepy leaders and we are unable to deal with the death, what do? We ba 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 wallahi Allah ba 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 for spirits to come and pay our debts. You think God is crazy? Human debts must be paid by human beings. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and give unto God what is God. I leave it here, my brethren. The next thing I would like to look at, my brother, my sister, well, I'm reading this from interesting. Well, people are putting pressure on Nana Akufo-Addo to back the bill in Parliament. Can he talk? Can he talk? Can Nana Addo talk? A master beggar, Gulliver's Travels boss, modern day Napoleon Bonaparte, traveling, gallivanting around the world, begging. He's begging for everything. Vaccines, he's begging Chinese, begging everybody, and begging comes at a cost. Can he cough? You are building a cathedral for God, yet you are begging for money from homosexuals to build that thing. You think God is crazy? If God tells you he doesn't like homosexuals, then he doesn't like their money too. But you take their money to build a cathedral for who? Which of the gods? Oh, Kai. I'm reading this from City Newsroom, and this one was published today, the 7th of October, 2021. It says, critics of my campaign promises are being shamed. And that is Nana Addo saying that. Critics of my campaign promises are being shamed. Nana Addo, I read. The president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has taken a swipe at persons who doubted promises he made to Ghanaians during the build-up to the 2016 elections. According to him, such persons have been put to shame because he has largely fulfilled the promises. My critics are being shamed one after the other. They said we wouldn't be able to deliver the one district, one factory promise. But now everywhere I visit, I see some of the factories working. When I said I was bringing the free senior high school policy, they rejected it outrightly, saying it wasn't possible, but it has come to stay. He made the remark when he commissioned a shoe factory at Ekropong as part of his tour of the Eastern region on Wednesday, October 6, 2021. Jesus have mercy. To God be the glory. My brother, my sister, that's your president speaking. He says that he is putting to shame all his critics. And that as a build up to his 2016 campaign, he said that he will bring free SHS, and he has delivered. One district, one factory, and he has delivered. It's left to you Ghanaians. Has he delivered? Oh, you see the shamelessness of a president? So shameful. Free SHS. Now they are running shifts. My son goes to a secondary school. 2 months, 3rd month, he comes home to sit for another 6 months before he goes back to school. Is that the education Nana Addo got? Under Nkrumah? Was that the education he got? Listen, Mr. President said, as a build-up to his 2016 campaign to be elected as president, he said that he was going to make sure that we had free SHS. One district, one factory. He forgot to mention one district, one village, one dam. My brother, is this the free SHS that you envisioned? We are so happy to say half a loaf is better than nothing. But sometimes half that loaf is worse than the full loaf even. It's better to stay without the half loaf sometimes. Hey, free SHS. My brother. And everybody is running to international schools. People prefer to sell an arm and a leg to take their children to different schools rather than bringing them to your free SHS. Your free SHS has belittled education in Ghana. Your free SHS is nothing but a mirage. Your free SHS is nothing but a mockery of the Ghanaian education. Look at the standard of education in this country. Before you became president, look at the standard of education. Today, go listen to the students in the free SHS. There are those who say Kwame and Ama is coming. True or false? The level of education has fallen to the ground. If we don't salvage it, my brother, my sister, a time will come when these students will not even know whether Togo is an African country or an Asian country. Look at free education. This is a joking president. Look at these people carrying their trunks, going to school and asked to go back. Is that your free SHS? Jesus have mercy. Look at this. Oh my God. Listen, sometimes in this country, if you do not restrain yourself, you will say things and regret later. My brother, look at a sleeping president, luxury-loving president, selfish president, egotistical president, Lilliputian on a Gulliver's travel, my brother, my sister, telling us that he has delivered on his free SHS promise. What leads to the free SHS? The primary schools and the secondary schools, are they working? People are still having classes under trees. People are walking through rivers and waters to be able to learn ABCD. Schools still do not have books. A lot of schools do not even know what a pencil is, let alone a pen. True or false? When we say this, sometimes people think that we are exaggerating. There are schools in this country where the children do not know what a pen or a pencil is. Their finger becomes the pencil. The book is the ground. So they write on the ground. They write on the ground. Somebody watching this out of this country will say he's exaggerating. I wish, producer, you will find those pictures and put them out. My brother, don't even talk about a computer. That is far-fetched. The children go to school and their pencil is this finger. Their book is the ground. So the teacher tells them to smoothen the ground. So they smoothen the ground, they make it so smooth, and they say, write A. The teacher himself or herself will write A on the floor and say, duplicate this or replicate this. Then they write on the floor. True or false? And you tell me that you have brought free SHS. Go to the so-called international schools, private schools, and check. Their populations have increased. Look at this. Look at this. These children sitting outside here, my brother, my sister, they are not sitting there because there's no fresh air out there. The classrooms are packed. So they sit here and they write on the floor. Look at that small girl there on the far left. She's writing on the floor. Look at this. My brother, this is even better. Some of them are wearing school uniforms. How about those who go to school almost naked? Then you tell me you've given us free SHS. Your factories are catching fire all over the place. People are dying. Joke factories. One district, one factory. Where are they? You go and they say one factory, they have finished with one factory, and the factory is in fact sitting there for how many years? It hasn't produced anything. Is it for political expedience or what? Please, let's be real. Let's be real. Campaign promises. What are the 88 hospitals? They have multiplied into 111. His information minister came out to say, oh, do not prejudice it. He is going to deliver 111 hospitals. They will be done. Your ambulances are now carrying cement and blocks. What a country. What a country. Hey, what is happening? So somebody should tap Mr. President and say, stop this shamelessness. Just finish your tenure of office and go into retirement in Chebi. Stay there for life. That's what he said, that when he retires, you go to Chebi. I wonder if the people of Chebi would even accept him. The same way they rejected J.B. Dankwa, they will reject this one too. J.B. Dankwa was refused in his own Chebi because they saw him as a villain. In the elections, he failed like a rat on heat. They kicked him out. Nanadu will suffer the same plight. That's why he's busily trying to fix the roads there. Look at the classroom. Look at this. And it is in the list, my brother, of the Ghana Education Service. They've listed this as one of their schools. Look at this. And this is even better. This is better. This thing there is better. At least they have some decks in there. Look at this. The smallest wind will take off everybody in it plus the roof and go. My brother, my sister, why are we doing this to ourselves? Yet you want a private jet. I will be so ashamed as a president to ask for even a car when my people are in this. Look at this. This is even better. At least they are sitting on the floor and writing with pens and paper. This is better. Are you not, when you look at this, don't you cry? When I look at pictures like this, I cry. And those of you who are listening, live, you can check this out on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Xylophone 102.1 FM. And these are rolling. We are also on YouTube Live. You can see these pictures. Look at these pictures. Children, girls, look at those big girls. Some of them are even menstruating. They don't know what a pad is, sanitary pad. Yet the minister has several iPads that he cannot even use. Why? Why? Look at these pictures. Don't you have a broken heart when you see some of these things? Then you come and tell me that you have given people free SHS. Where would they pass before they come to the SHS? La Hospital, broken down. 2 solid years and over. Now look at this. Look at this. That's another school. At least this is even better. At least they are wearing school uniforms. Even though they are sitting on logs. Look at the blackboard. It's like a guitar. It's shaped like a guitar. And it's not intentional. Maybe rats and dogs have eaten the other portions. How can a teacher be strong enough to teach in these classrooms? Yet when they master the strength to teach, they are disrespected. My brother, my sister, we will speak for Ghana. We are not interested in any politics. We are speaking Ghana. If I were Nanado, I will keep quiet and do whatever I can do. In the last lap of my tenure of office, I will kill myself and own a certain legacy rather than these things you are going around talking about. I leave it here, my brethren. I want to look at this quickly. And this one, my brother, my sister, I'm reading from Peace FM Online. And it says, Reverend Owusu Bempah has been punished enough. Explore out of court settlement. And this is according to a John Mahama aide. Reverend Owusu Bempah has been punished enough. Explore out of court settlement. That's Mahama's aide. I read. This was published only today, 7th of October, 2021. You all know that Reverend Owusu Bempah did whatever he did, and then, the police came in, and so that's what he's talking about. I read. A private legal practitioner who doubles as a special aide to former President John Dramani Mahama, Godwin Eduji Tamaklo, is pleading with the government to settle the criminal case between Reverend Owusu Bempah and the state out of court. Reverend Owusu Bempah, the leader and founder of Glorious Word Power Ministry International, has been hit with fresh charges by Circuit Court 1 in Accra, together with one Mensa Ofori and Beche. They pleaded not guilty to 4 fresh charges to wit offensive conduct conducive to the breach of peace and threat of death. My brother, you see, this is politics they are doing. Remember the Muntie boys. When the Muntie boys said whatever they said, including assault on some women and so on and so forth, and the law came down on them and took them away and jailed them. President Mahama watched quietly as the law took over its full course. As president, he now used his mandate and power as the president to give them a certain form of amnesty, pull them out of the jailhouse, which is legal. But my brother, my sister, that probably contributed to his loss. My brother, hear me. Look how the Muntie boys were pleading and crying. Look how they showed remorse. Look how they were shivering. And even the aftermath, some of them have spoken. They have never seen horror like what they saw behind bars at Nsawam. They were just on radio. In fact, talking for their political party because their party was in power. So they believed probably they were so powerful and that the party bigwigs would always protect them. Alas, when the long arms of the law came after them, they realized that they were just empty. They took them out like that and put them behind bars. Muntie boys. So sad. At that point, they realized that, hey, Irade, what is this? Given the chance, the Muntie boys who would have come back to say, hey, Charlie, forgive us. We are sorry for this. They regretted. They regretted seriously. When they returned from jail, look how what they have become. They become better people, right? True or false? Jail is supposed to reform and not to punish. But our jailhouses are more punitive than reformatory. Our jailhouses are nothing but punitive. It's just like transfer. Transfer is supposed to be an enjoyment for you to serve, for you to have a new environment. But in our country, transfer is a punishment. A boss who wants to sleep with his subordinate, I will transfer you. You, last night I told you to come to my house, you didn't. I'm going to transfer you. Transfer has become a punishment. What point is Blakk Rasta making? My brother, Mahama sat down quietly, even when he was president, and allowed Muntie boys to go through. And they were jailed. They were in jail for close to a year. Yeah. After fighting tooth and nail for a party, fighting in courts. Today, given the chance, they will tell you they have become better people. Sometimes you get overzealous to do things, and your zealousness can only be curtailed and brought into realism when some of these punitive and reformatory acts come in. This is too deep for some people. Sometimes we all need it. Reverend Owusu Bempah has not shown remorse. I haven't heard Reverend Owusu Bempah come out and say, oh, Mame Agrada, whatever I said about you, it was out of anger. Let everything go and let everything be cool. Reverend Owusu Bempah, my own classmate, not schoolmate, bigger than schoolmate, classmate at Tiamade Secondary School, has not shown remorse. He's rather gone back to court to reiterate that he is not guilty for whatever he has done. So when you see Mahama boys playing hypocrite, with Mahama watching, I shiver. Reverend Owusu Bempah, unlike the Muntie boys, who were running around, gallivanting all over the place, perambulating. In fact, they are human skeletons all over the place, begging, asking for mercy. They begged. There was one who was even pleading. In fact, I watched him and I shed tears. We all go through that. The zealousness. Sometimes when you're on radio, what I call the heat. The heat overwhelms you. My brother, you might say things And later when you play back the tape and listen, say, I could have said this way, I could have said it better this way. But everybody who is a genuine person falls. To err is human. But when you realize that you have faulted, what do? You apologize and make amends. What we call in the spiritual world as pacify. Reverend Owusu Bempah hasn't done this. He's gone back to court to say that he is not guilty. If I were him and his advisors, I would rather be saying, Agrada, we've always been friends. Things happened. I was overwhelmed. In fact, out of anger, I'm not interested in killing you. I will never be interested. Whatever I have said, let it go. Forgive me. Let us all be better people. Hey, do you know the respect that will come down on you? It takes a man to apologize. But no, the man is in court. I am not guilty. And his boys, one of them, Bechi, ran away. Like what's the name of the guy? Like Peter, who denied Christ. He ran away. Wherever they went to catch him. You've forsaken your master. Now, meanwhile, you were the one wielding the gun, ready to shoot. What Reverend Owusu Bempah said, he has not withdrawn anything. He said, no policeman can arrest him until they arrest Agrada. Say, police bechimia over the bar. Let's talk Ghana rather than personalities. He's my classmate. We were in class together. He loves me. Whenever he sees me, he gives me money. He gives. Very, very good man. When you meet him, talk nicely. He'll give you money. It doesn't matter how much you have, he will still give you money. But let's look at Ghana rather than individuals. So this guy, what's his name? Godwin Eduji Tamaklo. You are only saying this to win votes for Mahama. And that's cheap. Mahama watched whilst Muntie boys went to jail. If you bring an out-of-court settlement, who are you settling it with? With Agrada or the state? Please let the law take its own full course. Let Reverend Owusu Bempah's lawyers advise him on what to do. And the true man of God that he is, I know that anytime soon he will come out and apologize for his utterances. And then Ghanaians can now come out and say that, once he's shown remorse, let us, deal with him with kids' gloves. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? But these guys are trying to get political votes for Mahama. When you do this, you even put me off. These are the guys that put me off. And you are a lawyer. Reverend Owusu Bempah has been punished enough. How? What? Is that what the law says? You are supposed to deal with the law. The law says that when you say that the law is useless and you can kill people and then murder people, threaten to take people's lives, you should be taken to Kaneshi cells and locked for a day or two, and that's it. Let the law work. Let's all respect the law. The law is not a respecter of human beings. When you read the Bible, I think the book of Ephesians, it tells you what? Hey, that I have come to realize that God is not a respecter of persons. That's what David, I think it's the book of Psalms, yes, David said that. I have come to realize that God is not a respecter of persons. If God says that, don't touch the ark. My brother, your beard could be as long as that of Apapun. If you touch it, you will fall and die. Hey! You could be a homosexual. If you don't touch it, nothing will happen to you. To God be the glory. My name Blakk Rasta. Check with your chronometer. It's time for me to say bye-bye to you. I wish I had another hour to kill this. I have 7 other issues to discuss. But to God be the glory. Ghana will go forward. All this noise we've made. What's the way forward? Patriotism. Change of attitude. When you are patriotic to the nation, my brother, you won't threaten police. When you are loyal to the state, that's what we call patriotism. the state becomes better. America is better than us because they are patriotic. South Africa, patriotic. Ghana, no. Ghana will praise any other country except Ghana. We are behind. We are being foolish. Let's deal with it. Your home is your home. Another person's home can never be your home, no matter how small your home is. Respect it. My name is Blakk Rasta. Love you.